I've told this story maybe a dozen times, and every time people look at me like I'm crazy. I get it. If I hadn't seen it myself, I wouldn't believe it either. I live in Eugene, Washington, yeah. Washington, and if you're local, you probably already know what happened here back in February. At least, I think it was February. That part's kind of fuzzy now. That night started like any other. Cold, quiet, the kind of silence you only get in small towns after midnight, when everyone's asleep and even the highway feels dead. I couldn't sleep, so I went for a drive. There's this stretch of road on the edge of town that curves past an old power substation, then ends right where the forest begins. It's not marked on GPS. Any more city says it's been closed off for maintenance. But everyone knows the fence has been open for years. My buddy Tyler used to call it the North Line. Side weird stuff happens there after dark flashes of light, noises like someone knocking underground, sometimes even a voice calling your name. I never believed him. Until that night. Around 1:50 a.m. I was halfway down that road when the radio cut out. Just dead silence. No static, no signal. Then a low hum came from somewhere outside. I thought maybe it was power lines, but it was too rhythmic. Every few seconds, boom, pause, boom, like a heartbeat. I slowed down, rolled the window down. Cold air hit my face. That's when I noticed the glow. Not bright, not like headlights, more like the faint reflection of moonlight on water, but pulsing, coming from deep inside the trees. I parked, grabbed my phone, and started recording. You can still find that clip online if you search hard enough, though most roiplodes got pulled down. In the video, you can see the fog roll in first dense, low to the ground. Then the light appears, pale green, moving in waves like it's breathing. Someone commented later that it looked like gas leaking from the soil. But gas doesn't hum, and it doesn't whisper. If you listen carefully with headphones, you can hear it under the sound of my footsteps, a voice saying something soft, almost too quiet to make out. It repeats one word, home. I followed the sound for maybe 5 minutes before I hit the fence line. There's supposed to be a heavy steel gate there, chained shut with a rusted padlock. But when I got there, the lock was gone. The chain was snapped, like someone pulled it apart. Beyond it, the path was soaked, even though we hadn't had rain in weeks. My flashlight beam cut through the mist, catching something carved into one of the trees. A handprint stretched unnaturally long, like the wood itself had melted and frozen around someone's fingers. Below it, one word born. I remember thinking it was probably some high school prank. Except every tree had it. Dozens of them. All with that same word, same stretched hand. That's when I heard movement behind me, light footsteps. Then something heavier, like a branch cracking under weight. "Hello?" I called out. "Tyler, that you?" No answer, just another boom, closer this time. And then breathing. My phone flickered, camera glitching. The audio popped and went silent. I turned back toward the road, but the fog had thickened, swallowing the path. For a second, I thought I saw someone standing at the edge of the trees, a tall figure, completely still. I shouted again, but my voice came out weird, like the air swallowed it before it traveled more than a few feet. Then the light pulsed. Once, twice, and every time it did, The figure moved closer, not walking, not running, just appearing a little nearer each time. I ran. Branches clawed at my jacket as I stumbled through mud. I could still hear the hum behind me, louder, deeper, vibrating through my chest. When I finally burst out onto the road, the sound stopped completely. My car was gone. I swear to God I parked it right by the fence. The gravel still had tire tracks, but there was nothing there. I turned toward town and started walking. No cars passed. No lights in any windows. It felt like everyone had just vanished. By the time I made it back to my apartment, the sun was rising. Except it wasn't supposed to rise from that direction. It was coming from the north. I told myself I was just disoriented, maybe still half asleep. But then I saw the news. No mention of sounds. No reports of lights. Just a vague article about unexplained disruptions on local power grids and a temporary evacuation notice near the forest edge. Except when I drove there later that day, there was nothing. The forest was gone. Like literally gone. The land had been cleared flat, dirt, stumps, tire tracks. And everyone I asked about it said it had been that way for years. A week later, I found something in my apartment. Mud on the carpet. Not mine. Long streaks like someone had walked in barefoot 5 long prints, dripping wet. That night I woke to a faint noise outside my window. Boom, boom, boom. I looked out, and there it was again. That pale green glow rippling along the tree line that wasn't supposed to exist. It's been 3 months since then. I still hear it sometimes, usually when I'm half asleep. The thumping, the whispering. My phone keeps showing saved videos. I don't remember recording. One of them is me, standing in the forest, looking straight into the camera. But the trees behind me aren't normal. They're glowing from under the bark. And my eyes are reflecting that same light. If you ever drive north of Eugene, Washington, and you hear a heartbeat under the road, don't follow it. If you see the trees breathing, don't stop. And if something in the dark whispers home, don't answer, because it doesn't mean you're home. It means and once it calls you, that you don't come back.